I did a couple of videos on online dating, and one online dating video I said, you know, I had this whole experience where I did a bunch of online dating, and I will tell you guys about that. And then I never did. So a number of you have written and asked me questions about online dating, my thoughts about it, and I will share a little bit more of my experience in the end, but we'll first go through some of those questions that stood out. So the first one is, why did I decide to go on date number 2? Well, that's presumptuous that I went on date number 2. But yes, I have had some experiences where I've gone out with someone more than once, and it usually was based off of the criteria of, did they show up without an axe? Did they not smell like roast beef? Did I enjoy their company enough to get to know them more? So that would be the answer to that. So the next question is, how did you decide to tell people that you were doing it, and did you receive criticism? I'm not usually that embarrassed about telling people much of anything, and for me, I think it was just this recognition of a lot of us are our own worst critics, and so because internet dating is newer, I'm wearing my grandmother's fur symbolically, as internet dating was not around when my grandma was alive, and she probably wore this to get the lads' attention. But now we're all at home on our computers in our pajamas dating. Somehow we oftentimes can feel embarrassed because it is pretty new, and so I think a lot of us tell ourselves that somehow we couldn't hack it in the real world, and so now we're having to resort to this, and it still feels like we're resorting, whereas most people do not. I mean, think about it. Like if you had someone say, oh yeah, I met this person online, would you be like,
wow, they are disgusting?
No, you'd be like, oh, wow. For the next question, I had to read it because it was so long. This person says,
I'm curious what you think about online dating. I have my own opinion about it. I've never done it, and I'm not planning to. Not that I think it's wrong, but I don't want to do it. Do you think that online dating is something that someone should do if they A, want to date, B, have no real options? I get so annoyed when it's expected now that I'm 27 and single with no prospects. I definitely am not in any rush, and I don't really mind being single right now. Of course, it'd be nice to date. Haha, I'm definitely not opposed. Also, sorry, this is a 50-point question. What would be a good response to be someone who suggests it without making them feel like you're judging them for doing online dating?
well, sounds like you are overthinking things a little bit. The reality is, if you don't want to do online dating, if you don't feel a need to be married, then or find someone, then don't do it. It's okay. No one's twisting your arm. And, you know, but I would ask you to get in tune with why you're so anti it, you know, and why you're coming across as judgmental for people who are, because it is a medium with which to meet people. I mean, one of my friends was so opposed to online dating for years and years and years. And finally this summer I said, look, you want to be married. This is just a medium to finding someone, to going out on some dates, just to be comfortable with dating. And I said, just do it with me for a couple months this summer. She's engaged, okay? So if this is not a medium that you're comfortable with, don't do it, but don't judge other people for doing it. So when I did it for the first time, I asked 3 of my girlfriends to do it for a month together. Now it'll get you online dating. You have to like discontinue your registration or whatever it's called, or they like charge you again. So we ended up doing it for 2 months. However, the ways that we saw it benefit us was the fact that, well, we did it communally. So every day for a month, every 4th day, we all had to send a video to the other person, of the other people, of saying this is what's going on, and it added a lightness to it because it can be kind of discouraging. And then looking back, we all realized it just very much made us open to dating. I told people I was doing online dating, and when people hear that you're doing online dating, then they know you're more comfortable with dating, and I started getting set up by people. One of the other girls, she didn't actually go out on any dates with any guy from online, but she got set up on more dates than she ever had. The other girl went out on a couple dates from online, but she felt like her posture of openness opened her to dating. She ended up dating one of her really good friends. Didn't work out, but now she's in another serious relationship that's probably about to go towards engagement. And then the 4th girl went out on a date with someone, and she's getting married next week. I'm flying out to the East Coast for her wedding. So it can work, and it is a viable option for many people. I've done it again, and I've always done online dating now with another friend. I've even given one of my guy friends my login and password so he could go in and see if my profile was communicating crazy. And it's been an amazing experience. I love meeting people, but I would say the same advice that I would do for non-online dating, I would say for online dating. Like, let your community in, live your relationships in the light, and just have fun with it. Have fun meeting people. Although I swear, I have done it so much that sometimes you have to take breaks. So I'm like, if I have to ask how many siblings you have and what city you grew up in one more time. So I empathize with you, but that's my update on online dating.
On the next Ask Joy, Joy discusses grandmas while dressed like she wants to hunt moose en cuero.
Would my grandma have done online dating? The Grandma Martha, who owned this jacket, I don't think she would have. But my Grammy JJ, yeah, I think she would have. She was crazy in a good way. People often say that we're similar, so I guess maybe I'm crazy too.